Nigeria's poorest state are sitting on a gold mine, literally. Nigeria has about 36 states. Some of the poorest in terms of income, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of human capital development are in fact sitting on a gold mine. And when you look at this state very critically, you will come to understand that they have resources beneath their soil that are worth a lot of money. A lot of money. Monies that can be able to catapult or improve the income level of the state, improve the infrastructure, and improve the human capital development of that particular state. And this is not an irony. This is a policy failure of historic proportions. When you look at a state like Zamfara, Zamfara has some of the finest golds in the world. In fact, Zamfara State currently is estimated to have about $8 billion worth of gold mines. Even as we're speaking right now, people are there mining gold illegally in Zamfara State. Perhaps this could be one of the reasons why there's a lot of insecurity in that state. Obviously, people know that. Imagine this gold that are mined illegally in that particular state. Imagine now they are mined legally, and these people or the state is able to establish or invite foreign investors or locally or foreign investors to come and invest in gold mining companies. Imagine what will happen. You're going to create income for the state. You're going to increase the income of those states, or of the states in particular, and you are going to make a lot of money, which will definitely increase the income of the people, and it will definitely increase the infrastructure and human capital development of that particular state. This is the same across some of the poorest states in Nigeria. When you talk about states like Nasarawa, Nasarawa also has some of the vast deposit of iron ore, of coal, of limestone, of gemstone. It also has some of the most fertile land in Nigeria, and in fact in North Central. But yet, when you talk about GDP ranking, Nasarawa State continued to rank very low in terms of GDP ranking among states in Nigeria. In fact, Nasarawa State is also among the poorest states in Nigeria. But every day, but the truth is, we keep wondering, how come these states that are considered to be the poorest state also have some of the largest deposits of mineral reserves in the entire continent, not just in Nigeria, but in the entire continent. And their people continue to suffer, while some of these states continue to have a lot of insecurities. Now, speaking about Kebbi State produce more rice than almost any state in Nigeria, but yet they don't actually process those rice in their state. Although there are 1 or 2 rice mills in the state, but it is not enough to be able to process those rice into finished goods. I mean, process and package into finished goods. But so when you talk about food insecurity, Kebbi State is among the states that have the highest level of food insecurity. When you talk about malnutrition, Kebbi State is also ranked among the states in Nigeria with food insecurity. And this is the same for across almost all the states in Nigeria. Some of the states that are extremely very poor in terms of GDP ranking, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of human capital development, in terms of income. In fact, you will observe that some of these states are resource-rich states. So what exactly is happening? So a gold mine without a refinery, you're going to create gold miners. But a gold mine with a refinery, you're going to create jewelries, like companies or companies that produces jewelries, and you are going to have export processing zone. And this will definitely have a multiply effect on the state and on the people of that particular state. So here is the solution. Some of the poorest states in Nigeria do not lack resources. What they lack is leadership. Leadership that can be able to transform those resources, that can be able to encourage both local and foreign investors to come and invest in that particular state so that they can be able to transform those raw materials into finished goods. If you are not able to do that, then you might just continue to remain an extremely very poor state, because you can't survive in the long run if you continue to sell primary products without transforming those primary products into finished goods.